Hello, and welcome to my second official edition of Monthly Makes. So, this time we're going to be going over what happened in the month of March. I know it's April now, but this will be retrospective. Here are the categories again to remind you what we'll go through, and let's get into it. First up in the fiber category, which is knitting and crochet, I have only one finished object this month because I'm working on big things, but it is the Flat Rat bookmark. Here's a pattern on Ravelry by Susan Gilnert Stevens. I made this for my partner for Valentine's Day, and it was really easy. Like, I got a little confused with the arms and things, so I ended up crocheting these off of his body, but I stuffed his head with yarn, and, you know, that's it. So only FO, only finished object, but it's a small one. In terms of what we have working in progress, nothing new in this category. So we have, these are repeats, so I'll go fast, but I finished the body of my Windermere sweater, which is extremely exciting. I actually emailed the pattern designer to see if she would tell me how she did the finishing. She has a different sweater that she just released, I think. We can look together. Yes, the Crayman sweater. I originally thought actually that I was knitting this sweater because they're both in reverse half fisherman's rib. The difference with this one, there's I'm sure a lot of differences, but the cuffs and like the very bottom don't have ribbing, and I typically don't like ribbing on a sweater. So I emailed her before this pattern was released, asked if she would tell me how to do that finishing, and she responded, which was awesome, and she told me how, which was beautiful. I'm probably going to end up buying the pattern for this sweater and also making this one. But I realized, I want to honor her original pattern here, and I think the ribbing would look really nice. So, drum roll, please. Here she is. So far, it's wrinkly because I had it smashed in the bag, and I'm working on a sleeve right now. It's very exciting. I actually blocked the body before I did the bind off, so I had a lifeline for the ribbing to decide if I liked it. I made the ribbing really loose because I don't typically like the cinched in look, and that worked out. So, progress on my sweater, my first ever sweater. I am almost done, kind of. I feel like the sleeves might take me a little while, but I have it in this little Trader Joe's bag so I can rotate the whole thing around itself, and it's going really well. I bought way too much yarn for this, so I'm going to have to use it for some upcoming projects. Okay, and then here's another one that you've already seen, but my progress on my wrapped in brioche shawl, which I'm making with the beautiful yarn that Knit Picks gifted to me. It's bigger. There's not much to say about this. I'm going to keep going and make it probably as long as I can with the yarn I was given, just because I want this to be a beautiful like blanket shawl. But that's it. So those are my two work in progress objects. Okay, in terms of upcoming, I have to apologize to Oat in advance. I'm going to have extra yarn from my Windermere sweater. When I was looking at the yarn I bought, I saw this. Someone used the exact same yarn in a different colorway for a dachshund sweater. I'm gonna have to knit him a matching sweater to my sweater, and hopefully this takes me less time than the human sweater. I don't know. Oat is also a big boy and he's very long, so I'm gonna have to like kind of cater this to his measurements. So that's an idea for upcoming. For other upcoming, I don't really have much on my list because I'm having decision paralysis a little bit. We went to Peru, which is a haven for llamas and alpacas, so I bought a ton of yarn. This isn't fully inclusive of all of the yarn I bought, but these are the big ticket items. So Micho, Cusco, which is in Cusco. There's also another location in Arequipa, but we didn't go there. They're like a wholesale yarn provider, warehouse creator, whatever, but this outpost in Cusco is just this little shop just full of yarn. So I got these DK weight baby alpaca yarns that are beautiful. I got 10 balls of each in this navy and this white. I think with the white I want to like knit a vest or something and then dye it after I knit it up. I don't know. And I also got, drum roll please, my first cone of yarn. This is a beautiful chainette yarn that's 50% alpaca and 50% Pima cotton. I love chainettes because they're really light, so it's not as like heavy of a sweater because I get warm really fast. And this is a whole kilogram of this, or whatever the weight is, big. So I'm really excited. I need to find patterns for this. So I have a bunch of things started on my Ravelry, but I haven't decided what will be best for this one yet necessarily. And then my second big yarn destination, this one was kind of an adventure. Inca Tops is another wholesaler, and they actually create yarns for a lot of the yarn brands that I like. Let me show you the Google Maps. So I found these two leads from a Reddit thread from like 8 years ago talking about buying yarn in Peru. This is what it looks like on Google Maps. This is also what it looks like when you get there. So I ended up just emailing them and asking like, hey, is this actually a storefront? Like, can I come and just buy small quantities of yarn? I'm a hobby knitter, not a wholesaler, like a retailer. They said yes. You have to buzz here for the first floor. Someone will greet you in Spanish and then hopefully let you in. And it was so cool. It was amazing inside. Let me pull up. I have some videos. Okay. We were there right when they were about to close. We came straight from the airport when we were flying back into Lima. So I didn't take very good videos because I was overwhelmed. I wanted to shop. We were hungry. It was right before dinner. But basically, first thing you're greeted with, huge shelf full of stacks of balls of yarn. So I had to indulge. I was on a real navy kick. So I got this, another kilogram or half a kilogram, I don't know, a ton of this beautiful baby alpaca yarn, another navy color. So I might do something striped with the other blue. And I also got 10 balls of this beautiful, like, sorry about the crinkling, merled, like brown baby alpaca yarn, which looks like it's a little heavier than a DK weight. Stunning, gorgeous, beautiful, big bag of that. And then here, so there's no videos or pictures on Google Maps, so I should post these to Google Maps. I don't like posting things on there. Beautiful walls and walls of cones of yarn. They also had some sweaters you can see over there and like some throws. One more cone of yarn. This is what a horse get. One more cone. And I wanted it in a cone. And I did that. It's gorgeous. It's like this brushed. This one is not. It's like 74% Surrey, whatever other percent wool. I did a little swatch. I'm going to have to use bigger needles, I think, because this is like dense. But I want to make something with this. I don't know yet. Maybe like a loose cropped vest or something. I haven't decided. I have decision paralysis. And realistically, I can make more than one thing, I think, because this is another kilogram of yarn. So those are all the yarns I bought. Not all. There's a couple smaller balls around here somewhere. But yeah, worth it. If you are in Lima, you're allowed to go here. They're open until like 4 most days of the week, and they're really sweet. This little green gremlin runs in, and they're not probably used to that, and they were really nice to me, and it was amazing. Let's see. So yeah, that's it in terms of upcoming. I need to actually make a plan for all of these yarns. I also still do want to knit socks, which I talked about last month with this neon green yarn I bought. I just haven't started. I feel like that would be a nice project to like carry with me to cafes, because I feel a little overwhelmed with like a whole sweater or the giant shawl I'm working on, like bringing that in public. So that's it for fiber, knitting, and crochet. Overall, this video is going to be a lot shorter this month because I'm working on more projects that take a long time. But for sewing, fiber arts, completed object, very exciting. So I have pants already that I made out of this fabric that I bought when we were in Korea from the Dongdaemun Fashion Plaza. Beautiful quilted cotton. I made a top, so it's a set now. It kind of looks like pajamas when you wear it together, which is okay because I made it. And I'm deciding that it's not pajamas because it's this nice structured cotton. But I ended up buying this pattern for a 1950s polo top. It's like a remastered pattern, so they send it to you on like new printer paper. I didn't buy it from this shop. I bought it somewhere else. But I was really nervous I wouldn't be able to figure out the placket, and it was a little bit confusing, but I did figure it out, and I did it, and it looks amazing. So very happy about that. It goes really well with the pants, and it's beautiful. So that's my only finished object. I know I talked about last month I was going to make this beautiful quilted house coat. Well, it started to get warm outside. So I was like, I need to prioritize things for spring. So I'm putting that Hova jacket on hold. I might start to do a little bit of the patchwork, but it's getting hot now. Summer is coming, so I don't think I'm going to make the house coat. I'll put that on hold probably till fall so that I have it ready for winter. So that's probably it for sewing. I am taking a sewing class. I'm making a jacket. That's what the class is about. I'm probably going to make a jean jacket. So we'll see about that. But yeah, much shorter category. I'm sure I'll end up sewing other things in between. I have some t-shirts that I'm reworking. Let me see. Oh, it's sitting on them. But I like to take old, bigger t-shirts and put cool like garter details on them and little like harnessy details. So I have a dark brown one and a blue one, and I'm doing that with these. So we can add that to the list of upcoming. I'm working on that right now. And I think that's probably it for sewing for this month. Woohoo. Okay, for pottery, in terms of finished objects, let's move this cursor. We have not that much stuff because I've been experimenting and doing some things that take a while, but we have a few things. So, first off, this little bowl that I mason stained. Do not come in here and bark while I'm vlogging. I added 8% of a yellow mason stain right to my porcelain clay body, and I think the color is beautiful. And then I glazed it with a blue, sorry, there's stuff inside of it, a blue Celadon to see if it would turn green. Logically, it would. And it's hard to see here. I'll saturate this video better. But it worked. So I don't love this specific form, but I want to make more, and I think this is a winning combination. I also made some keychains, so I did the same thing with the same glaze on this little star. I made some plates. These are a gift for a friend. They will not watch this, so I can show you. It's still my nice black porcelain, and then I used, my white porcelain, but I used a black underglaze that I applied while spinning the wheel so that it would be evenly coated. And then I put a green glaze over the top, and you can see they turned blue. So I thought they would be dark green, but something in the underglaze interacted with the green glaze. Oh, I can't really talk. I'm not going to reshoot this. And it made them blue. So it's a set of 3 beautiful little flower plates. I think they're very fun. I probably, if I were to do this again, would add a second coat of the glaze, but I don't mind how they turned out. My lighting's not that good now. Picking at a piece of the kiln wash, I'm going to need to take off this plate that I didn't even notice. And then for our big boy item, oh wait, small boy first, I made a little crown for the little frog that I made in January. So that's out of the same mason stained porcelain. I think he turned out very cute. Big item. I made this platter. I should have taken all the stuff off of it so I could show you. With my green glaze and my brown bear clay from Kentucky Mudworks. I think it turned out nice. Same thing, I would add another layer. I don't really mind the irregularities in the glaze, and obviously this shrunk a ton, so this was a really big platter, and now it's just kind of medium sized. But I needed this for a stool that breaks up into 4 stools so I can easily take things on and off of it. So mission accomplished there. That's it for finished objects. I think for pottery, upcoming, I want to test a bunch of glazes. Ooh, my Mac's about to die. I'll plug that in a second. So I'm going to make cups, I think. I make a ton of little bowls and like chawans and stuff for matcha. I want to make taller cups. So I'm going to make a lot of cups and just test different glaze combinations and stuff like that. I also want to mix up some more crystalline glazes. So my pottery plan is a little bit fluid, but that's the plan for pottery. Okay, we're fighting the dying battery here. For digital's going to be really short because I am working on some things, but they're ongoing client projects, so I can't share them, so they're under NDA. But I am working on a personal project. You can see, oh, it's working. I want to project this onto like a sweater. Let me make myself come back. But I'm using the data from my phone, like the gyroscope data and stuff, to make it look like I'm pointing a flashlight at this scene, and I want to project this scene onto a vest that I knit. So the digital part is basically done. This is an old 3D model of my first apartment in New York City that I made a long time ago, and I'm getting the data from an app called GyroSC. I don't know if you can see that. And yeah, this part's working in Touch Designer, which is great, and now I just need to do the knitting part and then project it. So there's more for digital, but that's all that I can really share. I'm learning more Touch Designer. I made something in Unreal. Oh, let me show you that. I started teaching myself Unreal. So here's a little, I made this field of flowers and I put oat inside of a hot dog bun. This is an old scan of him that I had, and then I scanned a hot dog bun. And I put him in this beautiful field of flowers. Unreal is just like The Sims, except like a little bit harder. Not that I know what The Sims was like because I wasn't allowed to play it, but yeah. So there's another thing for digital, learning to be a little bit better at Unreal Engine. It's really cool, so it's a fun tool. Learning to be a little better at Touch Designer, still doing AR stuff. But yeah, so that's it. That's everything for the most part that happened in March. I'm sure I forgot some things that I made. So on to April. So I'll hopefully make another video at the end of April. And happy April Fools, because I'm late to posting this. Thanks for watching. Let me make me bigger. Let me make me bigger to say bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.